Joining us for a couple of seconds is Shreveport Police Department Spokesman Corporal Marcus Hines. Mr. Marcus, how are you this morning? Thank you for taking time for us.
Good morning. I can say I'm doing much better today than about 48 hours ago. We're much better now.
The suspects in the local murder have been captured. What can you tell us about the circumstances?
Well, we can tell you that those two wanted fugitives have been taken into police custody. The arrest came about 2:25 a.m. this morning in San Angelo, Texas. Now, it's about 6 hours from Shreveport. That was a joint effort between the U.S. Marshals and the Texas Rangers who effected the arrest in the 4600 block of South Jackson Street. Now, those two suspects are currently housed in the Tom Green County Jail, and they face murder charges in the death of 82-year-old Kathleen Cates. So we're very pleased with how fast the arrest took place. We can also tell you that they were traveling in Mrs. Cates' stolen 2005 Honda Accord. So they were in that vehicle when they were taken into police custody.
Mr. Marcus, circumstances, two-part question kind of. First of all, you said charged with murder first, second, manslaughter. What's the deal going to be? But back to the other part is the circumstances of their capture. Did they make a run for it? Did they give up peacefully? What do you know?
It's my understanding in speaking with officials in Texas that they were in the vehicle and refused to exit the car. Understand that the windows had to be broken out of the vehicle and they were taken into custody after minor resisting. So still trying to gather all the insight on their actual arrest, but it's my understanding that they did not just say, hey, okay, you got us.
How's about the charges? You said charged with murder. What? Let's split hairs a little bit.
Well, the warrants that were obtained for the suspects were for second-degree murder with bond amounts of $750,000, respectively. So those are the current charges. They do not face any additional charges from authorities in Texas at the moment. So we do have a team of investigators leaving Shreveport right now, headed to San Angelo to speak with these individuals.
Sounds like a pretty grievous crime. Why is it second degree? Can you tell me that?
Well, that's what the crime is charged with right now. There's always an option of those charges being elevated. That's something that's worked out between the investigators and the district attorney's office. So that's not uncommon in a lot of cases that you see.
Roy Narcisse is from Alexandria. Kiana Williams from Ville Platte. A, do we know what brought them to Shreveport? And then B, any idea why they were in San Angelo? Any connection there?
Well, we don't know why they came to Shreveport. It would seem that these people were down on their luck and took advantage of kindness of people here in Shreveport. I think that they saw an opportunity here. If you look at the residents in that general area, there's a lot of elderly in that neighborhood who are often victimized by people because of their sheer kindness, and we believe that may have been the case here. See, they saw an opportunity to exploit someone's kindness, and they took full advantage of it. Now, in their quest to flee authorities, why they were in San Angelo, we have no idea. Maybe they were just passing through, going to another location, but it's way too early for us to make any assumptions as to why they were there.
Shreveport Police Corporal Marcus Hines, let me ask you this. Neighbors here on East Washington say that these folks had been mowing grass, raking yards at several homes on that street and had been coming quite often. Why did they kill this victim? I mean, apparently they've been doing these kind of yard chores. Why did this escalate and become a murder? Tragic.
Well, we may never know that. I think that information lies within those two individuals who are accused of committing the crime. There could be a number of speculations as to why, again, they may have saw an opportunity to take advantage of Ms. Cates or whatever. There's a variety of different things we could allude to, but we simply do not know. The answer lies within the two who allegedly perpetrated this crime.
What do we know about their background? Any kind of criminal history that might have led us to realize these were the folks, or is this could this possibly be a first-time sort of offense?
We've not seen any information as far as our database here in Shreveport of them being involved in any criminal activity here. However, we've not gathered that information from where they are originally from. So they may be involved, because you got to think about it. Here you have people from outside of our general area. You're talking 2 hours south in Alexandria and further with Phil Platt, it's a good indication that, you know, they may have been running from something down there. They may have been involved in something down there, and they were no longer comfortable in that area, so they sought refuge here. But again, without having specific details, you know, we don't want to delve too far off into speculation.
Mm-hmm.
Marcus, pertaining to the investigation, do you know, was there any kind of theft involved? Have relatives said that items are missing from the house, or were any of the victim's belongings found in her vehicle other than the vehicle?
Well, the vehicle is right now in police custody, so that's part of the ongoing investigation to determine whether or not additional items were taken aside from the vehicle. We do know it was stolen, quite obviously. There may have been some additional items taken, but that's still part of the ongoing investigation, so I don't think that's something we're going to be able to release right now. I think the important thing is to focus in on how quickly this arrest came to take place, and a large part of the credit goes to people who saw something and who said something. Oftentimes people say, well, why did this arrest happen so fast and others didn't happen so fast? Did you work harder on this arrest than others? No, quite generally, quite frankly, what happens is people give us information. You know, you don't have people say, well, you know what, I know exactly what happened. I'm not going to tell the cops about it. I'm just going to hold that information because I don't want to come forward. But it simply was not the case here. We had many people say, I've seen these people before. I'm willing to tell you what I know. And we took that information and we worked a little bit harder with what we got. And that, therefore, we're able to ascertain warrants for these alleged suspects. And fortunately, it came to their arrest.